Here's a tutorial on how to make a graph from an Excel sheet. I hope you find it useful. In this graph we're actually doing an Arrhenius plot, but you can do this for anything. If I've already added the temperatures in to make it easier, and I've already added the rate constant K to make it easier. So what you would do is whatever function you need to have from your information, you'd go ahead and input it. So in this case I need the inverse of temperature, so I press the equal sign and I go ahead and hit my block, my cell, and it's 1 over that. Then I can hit enter and it'll calculate it. Once you click on the cell and then drag it down, it'll make the same calculations, use the same formula for all of those calculations. Now, this is a graph where the natural log of K is plotted against the inverse of temperature. So I need the natural log of K. Again, I just press the equal sign, and I start it by pressing the letter L, which will get me to the menu, and I select natural log, and then I just hit the cell that I'm going to be looking at and press enter. Now I want to do the same thing all the way down. I want the natural log of that column, so then I just hit it and go all the way down. Now from this I can calculate the slope and the y-intercept, but if I need to go ahead and graph it for someone, what I want to do is I would like to select charts, and from charts I'm going to scroll down and choose a chart. You can see it. I'm scrolling down and I'm going to choose scatter. But before I do that, I need to select what I'm going to be graphing. So I'm going to graph my Y value, and I am using a Mac, and this is a 2011, so I have to hit Command and scroll down to select my X values. Now I'm going to go back over here and scroll down to scatter and hit mark scatter. Now my scatter plot is made from these two columns, and I'd like to go ahead and put some information on my chart. So here I have charts and I have layouts. So I hit the layout, and in the layout I can label my axes. I'm going to do a horizontal first. It's going to go below. So that would be the inverse of temperature. And then I'm going to label my vertical axes with a horizontal tile on the vertical axes, and it's going to be the natural log of K. So that is my Y and X axes. Now I'm going to clean this up a bit. I don't need the series, so under the chart layout, again I'm going to hit legend, no legend, and I'd like to extend this graph because I'm going to need the y-intercept. So I'm going to select trend lines and hit linear forecast, and then that way it gives me a forecast all the way up to the y-intercept. So to complete this graph, I'm going to do slope. Again, when I press the letter S, I see that I have all these functions. I just hit slope, and you have to click on it so that it gets that formula in there. And then the instructions are hit all the known y's, use a comma, and then hit all the known x's. Enter. The y-intercept is the same way. In order to get the y-intercept, I'm going to use equals and press the letter I. That will get me to the intercept. And I'm going to do the known y's, comma, and the known x's. Enter, and there I have my y-intercept. So it's really quick to prepare a graph. You can use almost anything, any mathematical function as your x and y, and figure out the slope and the y-intercept from that. Alrighty, I hope this helps. We're going to apply it in Chem, AP Chem to chemical kinetics. So I'm looking forward to doing a lot more with Excel. It turned out to be easier than I thought. Thank you. Have a great day.